package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with my channel update for June 2020. Yeah, time flies, world gets stranger and stranger every day. We are still very lucky here in Australia, and especially here in Tasmania. Of recent last week there's been a bit of an outbreak in Victoria, which is the state just over the water from us on mainland Australia. But hopefully they'll get hold of that before it gets away. And I hope everybody out there is doing well under the circumstances. So as far as pickups, I actually only really got a couple of things. The first thing was a high score saver, and I'll put a picture up here because I've already put it in the machine, for Tutankhamun, which is one of my favourite games, and this little mini cab here that I fully intend to do up as a completely dedicated Tutankhamun cabinet. I want to get side art and panel art and proper marquee and everything for it in the next phases. At the moment I'm just trying to get my cabinets up and working and stable. Now, interesting thing, when I put this previously, that cabinet I had to set the voltage on 5.2 volts to get the game to play stably. Now they do say with the high score savers that you can actually take out the ROM chips off the arcade board. Now I've still got the ROM chips on the board, but once I added the high score saver it started, but the game would only run for about 20 minutes and then lock up, and I thought, oh no, I'll have to take the high score saver out and put the original thing back. And then one day I thought, well, what about that ROM saving thing? So I'm still feeding 5.2 volts in the board, so I turned the voltage down to precisely 5 volts. And now the machine runs perfectly. The screen is also stabilized a little bit more, and really stably. So the high score savers really can actually help stabilize an old board as well. So notwithstanding that you never know, I might need to maybe replace some capacitors in the future. I'll keep an eye on them and check them regularly, but it's actually it will help keep an old game going. So I do have a couple of things, but what I'll do, it's probably best if I pick the camera up and we do a bit of a walk around to do this next section. Right, so I'll pick the camera up. So as you can see, I have changed the way the arcades are set up. So I've got these two mini cabs in the middle here. I've put a power cord up and over the bar at the top there. And here's the Tutankhamun, and I've let it boot up and held the start button down so you get to the settings thing. So you don't have to use the dip switches on the board anymore. You can change all of the different parts of the game. So a bit of reflection there. So you can change the cabinet type. Obviously it's in an upright. You can change the number of lives, when you get a bonus life, the difficulty. I've set on normal as most of my games. Now Flash Bomb, you can have it set 1 per game or 1 per life. 1 per life is what I'm used to. I have the demo sounds turned off when I'm have the machine generally on. I do actually like to have the demo sounds on, maybe when I've got friends around and you want you want it to sound like an arcade. But the other times if I have the demo sounds on, it makes it very hard to make videos and things like that. So that turned off. I've got free play turned on. Now the copyright message to start with, it came up and it had high score savers across the bottom of the screen, which I didn't really like, and then I noticed this setting, copyright message Konami, which puts it back to where it was. That basically says that it saves all the scores, so the whole high score table. You can back it up and restore it. You can set all the high scores to default, set all the dip switches to default, the boot up menu is enabled, and the reset button is disabled. Not sure about that one. I think maybe that you can hold a button down and reset the machine and go back to the menu. And it's not an online kit, so it doesn't hook up to the internet or anything like that. So we'll come down here, and discard's fine, because because I don't need to save them. It's booted again, and this is where you get a chance to press start. You just leave it for a couple of seconds and you get the game proper. Now the really funny thing is I haven't actually got as high a score as I had recorded in my book since I put the high score saver in, but I hope you can see there's a bit of reflection because I've got the lights on. The picture is really nice and stable. The gain sounds fine, so I mean I'll just start again so you can hear that going. But it's an impossible game to play one-handed. Well, after I do the other bits, I might point the camera and we'll have a quick game and see how far I get. So around the room, this is still my one-slot MVS in a custom cab. I've got Fire Shark in there. Still haven't beaten my high score, but I am getting to level 3 more often, so I haven't got sick of it yet. I do have lots of verticals I can try on that one. Once again, reflection needs another layer of perspex on this one. This is the Bosconian, my Bosconian board. It's got a mock-up surround and marquee, and this is in a Nintendo Space Firebird cabinet. I'm going to get a new metal control panel made up that is a Bosconian one, so just one joystick in the middle. And take this out and still save this and permanently change this into a proper Bosconian cabinet. My Berserk cabinet, I still haven't got that going, but I need to make new cables. So these interlock cables here, I need to replace all of these because I'm sure it's just one of those that is faulty now. I do have 2 board sets and I've gotten past more of the test. This is my mate Aaron's machine. I'm looking after while he's building his shed. I've got a horizontal 19-in-1 board in there. I don't mind playing Gradius and Robotron. Joystick's a little funny for playing Robotron, but it works. A little bit of Ghosts and Goblins, but I'm no good at it. One video I did during the month is I got a new cabinet, which is checkered flag. Adds a bit of variety to the room. It's actually quite fun. I'm now managing to finishing the first course and getting onto the second one, and I've got onto the 3rd lap of the second course. It's the best I've done. That's the second course car going there now, and it's really good fun. It's just a bit of variety to the room. It's not too bad. I still need to oil the gas pedal because it's squeaky. We have my space pilot down there. Now, with the success of the Tutankhamun saver, I have ordered a high score saver for this, and that'll also, the other benefit, it'll turn it into it'll allow me to have the proper Time Pilot ROM in there. Exactly the same board, just different title. My chop lifter wasn't working, I don't think, at the video thing. I've got that working again. The main board has 2 subboards. And it was just like it worked for a little while, then it wouldn't work, then it went down completely. So I removed those 2 subboards, cleaned the contacts on the subboards, cleaned the sockets that they went into with PCB cleaner, and left it a little bit and put it all back together again, and now it has been completely stable again. Plus I've also managed to get to the 3rd level, which is mental. It is a hard game already, and it just turns it into an even more mental game. I also, to spur myself on, I ordered the High Score Savers kit for Galaxian as well, because once again the ROM replaceable. I do have a board that works, so really for this one I need to order the glass, repair the monitor and fix some of the controls, and I can have that one up and running. It's not that much to fix this one, so just obviously a little bit of electronics and to get going. Now the other thing that I picked up, move some stuff out of the way, is this mound of components. Lots and lots of components. Now I did a little teaser video a couple of days ago of what this is all about. These are keycaps. I've got 2 different sets of keycaps here. That's grey and white, and this one here, I think it might be all black. And there's lots of components in there. I've sorted them all out and everything like that, ready for a build. I'm going to build a computer, so and the computer is an MSX2 but with some extra features. So I'll have 512 RAM and 512 flash as well, so you can actually flash cartridges onto it. And I'm going to do an actual build video on that. And the other thing that arrived, so we're going to do a walk around the room. The room is a little bit of a mess, so we've been doing some moving around inside. So here is the other thing, which is the main board. And I said I will do a specific video on this. So this is the keyboard PCB. That's where all the keys go. And then you have the actual main board itself. So it's an MSX2 that you can build yourself with components that are easily soldered on. There's no surface mounted things. See, 2 cartridge slots. Put it all together. You put a little spacer and ribbon cable. This sits up there like that, and there is a printed case you can print as well, or you can make a case, and you'll have an MSX2 computer. Well, as you know, well, hopefully on my channel, that I like electronics, so I'm going to thoroughly enjoy that. That will be in my electronics work area. I have a new LED lamp, and I'm going to film the whole process and release it in a few videos, just explaining how you follow the circuit board and the parts and what order to do them in, and it'll be good soldering practice for myself. And from PCB Way, they have actually sent me some boards as part of the series. So I've got another 5 of each of the boards. So the very first time I've been sponsored by anybody. So I'm not, I'm not going to advertise a buy code or anything like that. But I'm going to also give away a board set as part of that video series. I'll put a link down to the teaser down the bottom. So I know it sounds like I've got a lot of projects on the go, but for the last 2 years I've been working on my next book. My first book was the complete the Spectravideo and MSX Complete Guide. My next book is Programming Games for the Colecovision and Adam in assembly language. It's based on my Let's Make a Retro Game series, but extended out and specifically focused on the Coleco and the Adam as well. It wasn't going to be only on the Coleco, but a couple of the people in the Coleco community really wanted the Adam side of things done, so I've spent a little bit more time and expanded it out, and it's actually coming along quite nicely, so much so that I've set a pre-release date for the Kindle version of the book, and I'll try and put a little bit of art up on here as well. It's only preliminary art. Another gentleman in the community has actually offered to do a cover for the book for me, and as soon as I've got that, I'll do a video in a little bit more detail. But the Kindle version I'm aiming for the 1st of August to release. Now it is a technical volume, and if I'm not happy that I've got everything right, I'll just push the date back a little bit. So I'm not, if you're unsure, you don't have to go and order the book or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that it's available. Alright, so let's go set the camera up and we'll have a quick game of Toot and Gum. Alright, so here we go. So the arcades, I really like the arcades and the collection that I've built up. It has allowed me, I just pretty much every time I come into this room, I turn them all on. I usually play pretty much most of them, one game on each, and just see how well I do. And it's good fun. That's what they're there for. I like having dedicateds because I like to focus on a particular game at any one time. Later on, if I get sick of things, this is a Konami cabinet, so I can put any Konami vertical game in there. And it's got 3 buttons, which is more than most Konami games have, and it'll be perfect for that. But Tutankhamun is one of my favourite games from back in the day, so it'll be staying a Tutankhamun for quite some time, I reckon. Alright, let's see how we go. Cold, and see if I can get anywhere. So collect the key. Collect all the goodies along the way. Each goodie you get is worth more. So the first level, obviously I've had lots of practice. So you get the key, you go to the exit, and you get the bonus. Now, from the second level it starts getting a little bit more complicated, and you have to collect more than one key, but you can only carry one key at once. And you've got to watch going through this thing that the way where you're going to is clear. And after you play the game for a while, you can learn specific actions that will attract enemies, because half of the thing of this game is being patient and not going through to an area until you're ready. So I've got one key. Now this is the really hard thing. You've got to go back. Now of course I can use my flash bomb, but you only get one of those per life. I do apologise if I occasionally hit the camera. Timing is everything. Oh, talking and playing video games. I don't normally die on this stage. Now these bats, they're obviously the fastest moving ones, so you can fire in both directions at once. Oh, I missed him. Not doing a good demo. Okay. So timing is everything in this game. You've really got to place your shots well. So I've actually managed to lose all my lives. Haven't used a flash bomb. And just occasionally the randomness will mean that you'll get a super enemy generator event, which is what just happened. If that happens, you just have to work your way through it. That gets me an extra life. So the bats will come straight for you, these sphinx things. No, trying to do too much there. So this key's up in this corner. You need to get in and out as quickly as you can. And of course you can't shoot vertically. So getting up these vertical things is very hard. Here it comes a super. So I don't want to use my flash bomb unless I really have to, because I probably need it to get back. And you can use a vertical block like this to halt your sideways motion. Damn it. Oh, I should have flashed. Oh dear. So, definitely not my high score. It's actually my lowest on the table. So as you can see, good fun game. What I'm hoping to do, at least show you the third level. I can get to up to the third level, the fourth level, on a reasonably good basis, and get near the end of it, getting back and getting the second key. that's where I'm sort of up to at the moment, and I think my 60,000 and my other score above 60,000, I did actually manage to get the Seg Keep, but then died. But it's an excellent game, and I do like, hard games. Got a bit of a challenge, and it will take me a little while to get good at. So once again, I hope everybody out there is enjoying their games and game rooms, and that they are safe and their families are safe. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.